Linux is one of the great fundamental building blocks for, well, anything in IT. So I created a beefed up Intro to Linux skills test or exam that is based on what you would expect from a real college level IT final exam. In this video, we're going to go through this exam I've created together and test my skills as well as yours. So get ready. All right, so as you can see here, we have our Intro to Linux RHEL skills test. This is going to be based on Red Hat. And as you can see here, it says, warning, this test is based on real expectations of exams found in Intro to Linux college/online courses, but is hand-tailored by me and is not a breach of any college asset or material. So this test is actually based on some of the online materials you can find anywhere when it comes to training Linux, and it is actually based on the kind of expectations I had for when I was taking my Intro to Linux college class. So setup. Before attempting the completion of this document, you must first install the Oracle VM on your computer. Second, download the current RHEL v9 ISO from developers.redhat.com. And third, download the current Kali ISO file from kali.org. Now this is super duper easy, and if you've never done it before, I'm going to show you how. So we're actually going to go to Oracle. Let's do VM. Awesome. VirtualBox right here. And this website you should be able to find where you want to download. I think this button right here should be exactly what you're looking for. And you can follow the steps wherever you want. But it's not that hard. This is super simple stuff. I actually already have it installed, so I'm not going to go through all that. Developers.redhat.com. So you should see here that you can log in or create an account. If you register for an account, then you should be able to get a free version of RHEL, and that is also not too hard to find. You can download that. And Kali Linux, all you'd have to do is actually just type in Kali, and you could just click right here, and boom. And if you were going to download the ISO, you'd want to click Get Kali, and you should do, goodness, this one right here. This disk file, this ISO. So yeah, I already have those installed, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're going to move on. All work must be done by a handsome stud. User cannot change directories unless specifically directed. Okay, should be simple. Let's get started. Part 1, use virtualized systems / creating a home lab. Create a new virtual machine called RHEL is Life and assign the RHEL v9 ISO file to the machine. All right. So what we're going to do is open our Oracle box right here. Going to click New. Going to name it RHEL is Life. We're going to assign the ISO. So once you've downloaded the ISO, you should be able to find it. Here's where it would be for me. Super duper simple. To the machine. Skip unattended install. Give the machine 2 CPUs. So we're going to skip the unattended install. We're going to give it 2 CPUs right there. 2 gigabytes of RAM. Actually, that's exactly where I think we are at right now. 2048 megabytes. Should be fine. That's plenty. That's okay. 25 gigs of space. So we're going to click here. We're going to do 25. Boom. Set the mouse input to USB tablet and the networking to internal network. So as you can see here, everything looks good. I'm going to click Finish. Going to click Details here. We're going to click on first thing that we see. System. We're going to go to USB tablet. We're going to click OK, but I can actually go to network first and change this to internal network. Boom. That is all for part 1. That is super simple, right? Just download the ISO. Obviously, you can find it. You'll pull it up on your files, and you'll just install it right then and there. It's super easy. We're going to click on it. We're going to open it up and run it. All right, I went back and grabbed myself some coffee, and we are ready to go. We're going to click English. Going to click on something here because I do believe this goes away if you don't click anything. We've got our 25 gig hard drive right here, so that's good. Don't need to mess with that. Got our time and date. I think it says, what does it say here? Run the RHEL is Life virtual machine. Install a server with a GUI along with various interesting tools. Choose the central time zones. That's what we're going to do. Central is right here. We're going to do Chicago. Create the root password. Awesome. Go to here. We've got server with a GUI. Let's do some FTP. These are all just ones that I'm just doing for fun. To development tools, graphical administration, RPM. Awesome. That looks good. And then just click begin installation. Okay, so for the interest of time, I will not be finishing this download because it will take a while. But if you are doing this for the first time, you will have to do that. You'll just have to wait for this to load. And then once it's finished loading, it'll prompt you to reboot the system here at the bottom right. You'll click reboot. And when you come back through, it should ask you for a username and a password. You will just put in that username password, super simple. And once you do that, it should throw you in and you should have something like this. So yeah, this is your machine and you are in. Now, for the interest of those who might just be following along for the first time and having never ever installed the machine or a Red Hat machine before, I'm actually going to start here at part 7 because you will need to start here before you do anything else in the lab. So you're going to open a terminal window and you're going to need to register your subscription with Red Hat. Now, don't fret. Your registration information is just your username and password from the redhat.com website. So whatever you used, oh my goodness. So whatever you used to access Red Hat here, that will be all you need. So I'm actually going to unregister. We're going to do a sudo subscription manager unregister. Type in our password. And I've been unregistered. This prompt is what you should see if you are opening your machine for the first time. This is what you will see, and this is kind of how you're going to know you're going to need to register. Going to do another one. We're going to do a sudo subscription manager register. Going to type in your username and your password. And you will see it starting to fetch your information. Now for me, this worked super duper simple, super quick. Registered with the ID and it registered with the system name, and that is that. However, if this is your first time, you likely will run into an issue or some sort of error code here where it'll say something along the lines of SCA or here, let me pull it up real quick. Simple content access, Red Hat subscription management issue. It'll say that you need to disable this setting, and truthfully it's a super easy fix, so don't need to worry there. You'll just need to go back to the Red Hat website and come over here and click on your subscriptions right here, and then when you see that, it should show up like this, and all you have to do is just click this button and disable this. It'll ask you a couple of questions about why, and nothing you put is that serious. It's not like you're gonna like ruin your chances of doing this or anything. Just fill out the information however you wish, and then you should be good, and then just run this again and you should have no issues. So yeah, so now we need to attach our subscription, and if you were going to do this, you would need to either, you could do an attach auto, or you could use your pool ID. And if you don't know your pool ID, you could do a sudo subscription manager list available. Oh, bam. Typing is difficult sometimes, I will not lie. As you see, it says the subscription has expired, right? Add or renew the subscription. As you can see, you have a pool ID right here. So if you wanted to attach it, you could do a subscription manager. You could do attach -- pool equals and your pool ID. But I'm just going to do auto because it is so much easier, and for the most part, you shouldn't have a problem doing that. And look at that. Changed. Registration successful. It hasn't expired. We just lied to you because we don't know who knows why. So boom. And as you can see here, you've got your product name and the status subscribed. If you want to confirm that in a different way, you could do subscription manager list. And boom, here you go. You are subscribed. You've got your start and end details. So mine will end 2024. Oh goodness gracious, stop it. And yeah, you have installed Red Hat, and you are now a Red Hat user, and you are free to do the rest of the lab. So yeah, good work. That was super easy, right? That wasn't as scary. All right. Okay, so let's clear this. And let's get started with part 3, creating, viewing, and editing text files. This is the fundamentals of Linux. This is the most important thing. Everything here is, I think, more important than everything else. You have to learn this stuff. You've got to know how to do this. All right, so it says create the directory structure under /home/ your alias. If you want an explanation, it would be this. You could do /home/student, for example, is the alias I have on this machine. But for you, it could be /home/jester or Jeffster if you like the show Chuck. So going to create this directory structure right here in this picture. Make sure to be case sensitive. Run a command that shows the entire directory tree beneath your /home as seen on the right. So you will need to create this directory tree right here. And then you will need to basically print the directory tree so that it looks just like this. So go ahead, take a shot at it. If not, let's do it. So we are going to start with an ls and see what we've got. We've got desktop, documents, downloads, all this kind of stuff. Right here it says we've got a company directory. We've got some hacking and Linux directories. We've got a couple more, and then we've got a couple of files. So I'm going to start with make dir. I'm going to do -p for parent, and I'm going to do company/hacking/sample. I'm going to do a make dir. I'm going to do -p for parent. What this -p does is make the company directory, the hacking directory, and the sample directory instead of just the sample directory, which it couldn't do if you didn't have these two to begin with. You could not make this directory without the -p command if you didn't already have these here. So that's what that does. It just makes the whole line, not just the very end. Make directory -p. We're going to do company/Linux/ and I'm going to do a tilde, or is that what that is? Tilde? I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm having a brain fart right now. We're going to use the squiggly thingy, and we're going to do home labs and a comma and a portfolio. Now, if you don't remember, this is introduction and stuff. Linux has different characters that mean very specific things in the UI, like dash, the tick, or the slash, the // or the \/. Each one of these has a special meaning when you are typing in Linux. And what this does is basically says everything you put in between these curly braces, right? Separated by a comma, it will create that under what command you use. So if you're making a dir, it will make a home labs directory and a portfolio directory. If you do touch, it'll create the home labs file and a portfolio file. So yeah, we're going to do make dir company/Linux/portfolio/projects. We're going to do a touch. Goodness, I have a problem with those capital O's. Company/hacking/sample/nmap learning. And it doesn't help to reread a few times every time I write the command. You should make it a habit to kind of read it once more. Make sure you're doing everything right. Got spaces in the right places and capitals in the right places. So you see these capital company, capital hacking, and a lowercase sample. So I make sure I got that capital company, capital hacking, and a lowercase sample. Same goes thing. Nmap learning. That N is capitalized, that L is capitalized. Company, hacking, sample. Perfect. Got to be careful. You really do got to be careful. It's case sensitive and is super easy for someone, especially if you have ADHD and you kind of struggle with an attention to detail. It is most important for you to take your time, take deep breaths, and actually read. I know you want to be like the fastest hacker there is, but when you are new, it is important to take it slow and do it right. Your employer probably would rather you do it right and do it just a bit slower than you be the fastest person he's got and the sloppiest. So just saying, just a word of the wise, at least as far as I'm concerned. So just double checking everything. Company, Linux, portfolio. Awesome. And then we're going to use that touch command again. We're going to do touch company. We're going to do /Linux /portfolio /project /Wireshark. I'm going to do one last touch. No pun intended. Company /Linux /Home Labs /Oracle VM. Awesome. And that should about do it, right? So now what it says, run a command that shows the entire directory tree beneath /home as seen on the right. So we're going to do a tree command /home. And we should see exactly what we want. We should see /home, student, or whatever your alias might be, Jester, Jeffster, company, hacking, sample, Nmap learning. Got Linux down here. Got a Home Labs. Got Oracle VM. And then we've got our portfolio and our projects and Wireshark. Hell yeah. That looks good. Okay, so now that we've done that, why don't we clear? You could type clear, or you could do a Control L. Awesome. So it says rename the company directory to resume. That is our next step. Oh, actually it says reset the history command. So we're going to do a history-cw. That's going to clear and then reset the history. History-cw. Got to be careful of those capitals. Okay. Rename the company directory to resume. Now that seems super scary, right? I mean, let me just look right here. Got company, and then you got hacking and all of this other stuff under it. You've got Nmap learning and all these things. I mean, if you change company, that must, what's going to happen to everything else, right? Well, it's not as scary as you think. We're going to do a move command, MV. We're going to do company. We're going to change it to resume. Resume. Now, if we do a simple ls, you should see resume right here. And if you do a tree/home, you should see exactly what you want. That resume, that /home/student goes down, goes to resume, hacking, instead of company, sample, Linux, everything looks perfect. So yeah, that was not as scary as we thought, right? Didn't even have to use that recursion, that -r. It's just that simple. Okay. So while in the user's home directory, copy Nmap learning to the projects directory. All right, so we're going to do a copy command. Going to copy resume now, hacking, sample, Nmap learning, and we're going to put that in the resume, Linux, portfolio, projects, directory. And I'm actually going to do /Nmap learning as well. So now if we do another tree/home, I just like the look of tree/home. You should see, boom. Now we've got Nmap learning in our sample and in our projects. Look at that. That is super clean. Got Nmap in our sample and in our projects. Okay, scroll down. Now it's going to get a little crazy. Capture the first 7 lines of /etc/password and save that in the sample subdirectory as password.txt. So what we're going to do is we're going to do actually a head command. We're going to do a -7 so that it captures the first 7 lines of the /etc/password file. Then we are going to output that as resume / where did it say? The sample directory. Hacking /sample /password.txt. So we took the head command that captures the first 7 lines right here of the /etc/password file. Then we output whatever it puts there into the resume slash hacking. So it's going to go into resume, hacking, sample, and we're going to create a new file, password.txt. Using a text editor. To use a text editor to add the following sentence to the end of the password.txt file, we are Legion. Display only the last line of the password.txt file to verify the sentence was added. We are Legion because we are anonymous hackers, you know? It's the same way I think they saw that we are Legion text whenever Anonymous hacked Sony back in the day. So what we are going to do is we're going to do Vim. To do Vim resume slash hacking slash sample slash password.txt. Boom. And as you see, those first 7 lines. Going to go all the way over here. Going to click I for insert. Going to click enter for a new line. We are Legion. Click escape. Click colon WQ to save and quit. And display only the last line. So now we're going to use the tail -1 command of resume slash hacking slash sample slash password.txt. Look at that. And that tail command is going to do what head does, but it's going to capture the last lines, and normally it would capture the last 10. Normally head captures the last or the first 10, but we're only going to capture the last 1. Look at that. We are Legion. Feel scared yet? Just got hacked. All right, let's move on. Create a hard link, name Oracle in your home directory to the Oracle VM file. So we're going to do a ln for link. We're going to link resume slash Linux slash home lab slash Oracle VM. We are going to link that to Oracle. If I do a quick ls, you should see there it is, that Oracle hard link right there. And we're going to do a soft link next, named Wireshark for the Wireshark file. So we're going to do ln-s for soft link. It's going to be resume. Oh no, capitals. Don't forget resume slash no. I'm looking up there slash Linux slash portfolio slash project slash Wireshark, like that too. Wireshark. Do another ls, and then you got that light blue for that soft link. I don't know why soft links have the light blue, and hard links look exactly the same as everything else, but you know, it's just how they wanted to do it, so that's what they do. Find all files in the /etc with the file name hostname, and redirect the standard output to hostname.txt and the standard error to hostname_error.txt in the sample directory. Now that is a tough one, isn't it? I think we're going to do a find /etc -name hostname /, and it's going to be into into resume samples directory, so resume /hacking /sample / what did they want the output to be? Hostname.txt, and the error output to resume resume hacking /sample hostname_error.txt. All right, so we've got the find /etc -name hostname, and we're going to output that info into the resume /hacking /sample /hostname.txt. The two other output into resume /hacking /sample hostname error.txt. What this backslash does is just like those curly braces from earlier. It is going to allow me to continue to write this line, but on a new line. You know, if you're going to write a really long line, I mean, this is a really long command, then you can do that, and it will bring it down a level so that it's easier for you to read for while you write. Okay, and so now if we do a ls resume /hacking /sample, You could see that. Ooh, we got the hostname error, the hostname, the nmap learning, and the password.texts all in there. So yeah, good work. That was awesome. So this regular caret right here is for standard output. This right here outputs error messages. That too is for it's a second channel actually. So it outputs errors, or the second channel, to a different file. Okay. Display occurrences of the pattern root at the beginning of the line in /etc/password. So we're actually going to use the grep command. Grep caret root the /etc/password. Boom. So what does grep do? It actually finds texts based off of where you look. So we'll find every instance of the word root at the start of the line, because you've got root everywhere, you know. All right, let's do the cat /etc/password file just to make sure we did that right. Let's scroll through here and look for root. Got all this stuff. Just like if we did, well, that's it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so display all files and directories in the /user that start with A, B, C, or D. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do an ls-d that's going to display all the files and directories in /user/bin/. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a bracket, A, B, C, D, close bracket, and an asterisk. So what just happened? Right here, as I said, you're going to do a list of all the files and directories in /user/bin. But every file in /user/bin starts with this. Okay, so that's where this is going. Then you're going to say in these brackets, anything that starts with A, B, C, or D, close brackets. So every single letter in these brackets is like a starting point, right? Like start with this, okay? And then we're going to do an asterisk. And this asterisk means any number or assortment of any letter or number of characters after. So it could be like A and then blah, 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 blah. So it could be A and then PPLE, so apple. B, US after the asterisk, so bus. And it shows you everything. So yeah, that's how you do that. Awesome. And then create a long listing of the resume directory. So we're going to do an ls-l for long resume. Interesting. And then we're going to append. This is the last part. We are almost done. You are almost done. Check it out. So we've got append part 3 finished to the password.txt file using echo. So remember that password.txt file from far earlier. I remember we do a tree/home. You can see that there is a password.txt file in that sample directory right there from far earlier. We're going to do a echo part 3 finished. And we're going to put that into, we're going to append that. So we're going to do 2 braces. This would replace, this would add into the resume. Oh goodness. Resume /hacking/sample/password.txt. So now if we cat resume /hacking/sample/password.txt, boom, look at that. You've got your first lines from all the way at the start. You've got your We Are Legion, and part 3 is finished. So congrats, you finished part 3. That's that. That's crazy, isn't it? That was a lot. That, I know it's, ooh, man. Some of those got a little stressful too. I mean, man, using the all files command, using what is it? I think it's globbing or expressions, and grep and all of that stuff. That's some tough stuff. And even though I was able to do it here, I definitely do believe that I could use a little more work actually going back and looking at those things. So anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to do a Control L for clear. And we're going to move on to part 4. And get ready for part 4. All right, part 4. Managing local users and groups/permissions. Wants us to switch to the root user and continue as the root user for the rest of the test. We are going to do a sudo -i. Type in our password. Boom. We are the root user. Reset the command history. We're going to do a history-cw, and bam, easy peasy. Create a new group called Coffee Lovers with a GID of 4200 and the group Epic Hackers with a GID of 4000. So we are going to do a group add command. Do -G for 4200. It's going to set the GID to 4200. We're going to name it Coffee Lovers. And I'm going to do these double ampersands, and that's going to allow me to write a whole new command on the same line, just for fun, just to prove I know what I'm doing, kinda. Group add -G 4000. We're going to name that Epic Hackers. Boom. So we've added some groups. Place Chuck in the Coffee Lovers group, or create the new user named Chuck with the description, network Chuck, and give him a home directory. So we're actually going to do a user add. -M will give him a directory. -C will allow us to write a description. That description will read network Chuck. Check him out on YouTube. He has excellent IT material. Excellent. If you are trying to learn anything IT, look at him. He's a godsend. He's amazing. All right. User add. -M. -C. Network Chuck. Boom. Now you could do an ID Chuck. That shows you Chuck. But he needs to be part of a group, doesn't he? Place Chuck in the Coffee Lovers group as well as the Epic Hackers group. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a group mod, right? We're going to do a -U. We're going to do Chuck. Dad, we're going to add him to Coffee Lovers. Because if you've ever watched Network Chuck, you know Chuck loves coffee. And then, because he's also an Epic Hacker, we're going to add him to the Epic Hackers group. But it's going to be a little different. We're going to do a group mod -A for append -user. We're going to do Chuck. We're going to do Epic Hackers. Boom. Now if we do an ID Chuck, we should see that he is part of the Coffee Lovers group and the Epic Hackers group. Awesome. Set his maximum password age for Chuck to 125 days. So we're going to do a ch age, or a change age. Do a -M for maximum days. Do 125, and we're going to set that for Chuck. Force Chuck to change his password when he first logs in. We're going to do another change, -D. That's basically like how many days right now should I force him to change his password? We're going to do 0. Do it right now. And for fun, we're going to do the -M 125 just to make sure it stays the same. Boom. Okay. Set his password to French press. Going to do a password Chuck. French press. Do a French press. Uh-oh. Oopsie whoopsie. I am terrible at typing, apparently. Yay! All authentication tokens updated successfully. Boom. So we've given him a password. Now we need to change his shell to bash. Now I believe it should already be bash, but we're going to do this anyway, just so you kind of get an idea of what's going on. We are going to do a user mod. We are going to do a Chuck. User mod Chuck. We're going to change his shell to /bin/bash. Right? No changes. But it did work. It would have changed the shell. And we are going to change Chuck's name to nchuck. Ooh, we are deep in and we're changing his name? That's scary, but no, we'll be fine. We're going to do a user mod -L. We are going to put his new name, his old name. Boom. Now if you do ID and Chuck, it's Chuck. But his user ID now is nchuck. But he's still part of the Chuck's group. Isn't that crazy? What a weird load of stuff. All right. Set the permissions of the projects directory to the RWX using absolute mode. We're going to do chmod. New command time. I watched too much Chuck. All right. Chmod. We are going to do a 7 for that RWX When it comes to the RWX, these permissions, read has a value of 4, write has a value of 2, and X has a value of 1, all adding up to 7. So you do a 7 for all of them. You're going to do a 4 plus 1 is 5. So you're going to leave out that write permission by writing a 5, leave out the write permission again by writing a 5. Then we're going to do the projects directory. I don't really remember where the projects directory is, not going to lie. So I'm going to scroll up here and I'm going to do a /home/student/resume/linux/ there's too many. Portfolio/projects. Verify the permissions you set on the projects directory. So we're going to do an ls-home/student/resume/linux/portfolio. As you can see, you got projects here, and you've got that RX, meaning we did that right. Very nice. Good stuff. Okay. Set the permission, or add the write permission for all users for the projects directory using relative mode. All right. So you know how to use absolute mode, but can you use relative mode? Because relative mode is a little more weird. Or it's not really. Both are kind of simple, but it doesn't really matter. So we'll do a chmod. We're going to do all users. We're going to add the write permissions for /home/student/resume/linux/portfolio/projects. Boom. And then if we do that ls-al command again, look at that. We got our write permissions back. And the last line for part 4. Display information about the /etc/hosts file, including file size, IO block, links, GID, permissions, and more. We are going to do a stat /etc/hosts. Check that out. You got file, you got size, you got the device, blocks, inode, IO, links, root, access, content, okay, your UID, your GID. That is a lot. And that's that. Congrats, you just did part 4. Give yourself a little pat on the back if you managed to do it just fine. Take a little breather. I know I'm going to. And then we'll move on to part 5. All right. I am back for part 5. That sharp pain in my neck from hunching over gamer style on my desktop here has not gone away, even though I took a pretty nice break. So, do I need to go to a doctor? I don't know. All right. So, let's do part 5. Monitor and manage processes, services, and daemons. Spooky stuff. So we're going to start with the first one. Display all processes that are running. We're going to do ps aux. Shows processes, all under the user, and I kind of forget what the X means. That's okay. I think that means root, all the way back to root. So yeah, easy peasy. Run the sleep command for 120 seconds in the background. Run the sleep command again for 340 seconds in the background. List the jobs that are running. Jobs. Bring the second sleep process to the foreground. We're going to do FG2. Kill both jobs. Control Z. Do a kill all sleep. Display a real-time view of the top running processes. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Look at this. CPU. Got your nice level, your priority, all of that good stuff. Start the sleep command in the background with a priority of 10. So we're actually going to use nice-10 sleep. 30. Ampersand. Boom. Okay. Well, that was pretty anticlimactic. Part 5 was not nearly as intense as I thought it would be. That took way less time. But yeah, so there you go. Part 5. All right, so let's have some fun. Part 6. We're going to do a trace route to Google. We're going to do an mtr, make trace route, www.google.com. Whoa. Now that's some hacker stuff, isn't it? Look at that. That's crazy. That is some crazy stuff. All right. Display information about Google's DNS servers at 8.8.8.8. We're going to do a dig 8.8.8.8. I'm missing something. At. Boom. So we got some DNS info. All right. Display the link status using the runtime utility. So we are actually going we're going to write sudo. No, we're in root. We're going to do metool npos 3. Link, okay. Now, if you don't know how I knew npos, then you could do an nm CLI connection show. And that shows you your current connections and the device. And that device is what you're looking at. So that metool is showing you your link to this device right here, or to this name, this whole thing. Oh yeah. So now that we've done that, display the IP address. Super easy. Just IP address. Shows you your loopback, shows you your current connection, terms of your info, all of this stuff. Yeah. Got your INET, your IP address, and all that good stuff. Yeah. Okay. Clear? All right. Display the status of Network Manager. So status, we're going to use a system CTL. This is a big deal. Know how to use CTL. Network Manager. Oh. Well, what am I talking about? Status. As I've said, know how to use CTL. We got status, and it is running. Quit. Show all connections. We're going to do that nm CLI connection show. Show details about all the devices. nm CLI device show. Look at that. Got your device, your type, state, connection, all that stuff, the IP domain, everything. So far, so good. We're not doing too bad. This does not look that scary. But here, this is where everything is going to get scary. So you're going to need to follow along. It wants me to configure a LAN interface with the IPv4 address 10.0.0.1 with a prefix length of 24, along with a gateway and a DNS server. All right, here we go. We are going to do an nm CLI connection, add, connection name. I'm going to do LAN. We're going to do the type. It's going to be Ethernet. We're going to do a backslash. We're going to do if name, do our actual server name, npos. We're going to do IPv4 dot addresses. It's going to be equal to 10.0.0.1 / 24. IPv4 4 gateway. It's going to be 10.0.0.2. Do another backslash. Do IPv4 dot DNS. It's going to be 10. Oh, careful. Oh, no! Sorry. I don't know what that was. 10.10.10.10. IPv4 dot method manual. Awesome. Connection successfully added. So we are going to do an nm CLI connection, or nm CLI connection up LAN successfully activated. We're going to do an nm CLI device show. All right. So we've got our 10.0.0.1, 10.2, 10.10 says LAN. Oh yeah. This absolutely awesome. This is so sick. Beautiful. Perfect. And bam, we just did some networking. Networking is hard. This, not easy. And the nice thing is I do believe that I genuinely have a lot more to learn when it comes to networking, that this is just scratching the surface, and that I could use a lot of refresher. And in fact, I do plan that the nice thing is my next set of classes are going to be CCNA. They're going to be networking. So I'm going to have some help with networking and ethical hacking. So look forward to seeing some labs about that soon, as well as some Python. I want to be doing that later too. Okay. So bam, you just did part 6. We are almost done. And part 7 is, I think we already did it. Right? We're going to do it again, just for fun. Verify your settings. Boom. So we've traced some routes, looked at some DNS server information, done some links, IP address, system CTL, done some NMCLI. Boom. That's some serious stuff. So now for the last part, part 7. Clear. Going to unregister our account. Subscription manager, unregister. Just thinking hard or hardly thinking. Who knows? Error. Oh, there's an error. Why might there be an error, you may ask? Is this planned? Is this what happened when I did my final? Are you going to fail? Are you never ever going to become an IT Linux master? Yes. I'm just kidding. So let's take a step back. Let's do some NMCLI connection show. We realize we're using this. We're using our LAN. It's not good. So why don't we fix it? Wired connection. Obviously you've got your LAN here. Let's connect to that. Let's go into wired settings. Let's remove this LAN profile that we've made. Let's bounce our connection. Let's do a clear. Let's try again. Let's do a subscription manager unregister. Boom. And look at that. We fixed the issue. Just had to get off of that network. See, networks are tricky. All right. Now we're going to register again. So we're going to do a subscription manager. I can't see anything with you in the way. Register. Password. Boom. Seems that password, as long as it is, I can just type very frequently because I do it a lot, huh? So we're going to do a subscription manager because we have to attach everything. Going to do a attach auto. Oh yeah, registration successful. Boom, we are subscribed. Subscription manager will list our available subscriptions. Yeah, that's what happens when you're silly and going too fast. Don't be sloppy. Don't be too quick. If you can't do it, don't do it. Perfect. Clear. I'm going to do a subscription manager. Get out of my way. I can't read. Subscription manager. List. And this is going to show us what we're doing, where we're at, what everything looks like. Boom, subscribed. Now it says install Wireshark along with any dependencies. We're going to do a DNF install Wireshark. Now it's thinking. Now, if you have any issues with this command after, then you might just need to close out of your virtual machine and reopen it. Sometimes it's as simple as that. I have gotten errors before using this command, and it was kind of difficult to tell why. And so I did actually get an error earlier saying something like base OS having trouble going out. It might be because of the network changes or anything. I'm not quite certain just yet, but I do know that if you just close out of your window here and open it back up, it should work just fine. We get all these different prompts and stuff. Boom. All right. So now we've completed it. We downloaded Wireshark. So that leaves us with our last step for this entire final exam proxy, and we will be done. That's it. We're over. We're finished. This is the last command. And then that'll prove you know a thing or two about Linux. You know a thing or two. So let's do this. use RPM to display the first 10 installed software packages. We're going to use an RPM -QA. Going to pipe that through head. Boom. That is the first 10 installed software packages. So yeah, I hope that you feel as though that this lab gave you some new information about Intro to Linux and what to expect if you are going to take like a Linux class or a Linux course or anything like that. I will be posting this file in the description so that if you want to work on it on your own without my video, you can do that yourself. And yeah, I hope this helped. I hope this gives a good idea of what I've learned. I mean, this definitely made me feel a bit more confident about what I've learned from my Intro to Linux, and also gives me an idea of what I could work on and all that kind of stuff. Here in the future, I'm going to be doing a Bandit lab, a war game. It should be helpful in pushing forward my understanding of Linux and stuff like that. So I might do a lab similar to this where I kind of work through the levels and stuff like that, and post it on my website and on my YouTube. So anyway, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. See ya.